Unlisted videos. Insider drops. The only way in is through my private SMS list. When violence erupts across the border, the digital lifelines go silent first. Information blackout.
El Mencho is dead, and Mexico just became a war zone. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel leader's elimination has triggered massive retaliation across Mexico, with 25 National Guard troops already killed and Americans frantically calling State Department hotlines begging for help to escape. But here's what the mainstream media won't tell you about Trump's bold response. You see, this is not just another foreign crisis. This directly affects every American family. We have thousands of Americans living, working, and vacationing in Mexico. Right now, they're essentially trapped as cartels battle for control of El Mencho's territory. 20% of Mexico is under cartel control, with 120,000 people disappeared, 20,000 murders annually. The economic implications are staggering. Our southern border trade routes are compromised. Drug trafficking will intensify during this power vacuum, and Mexico's stability directly impacts American jobs and security. Now, politically, this is Trump's first major test of his promise to crush the cartels. The world is watching to see if America will finally take decisive action against these narco-terrorists. And you know what? This crisis in Mexico reminds me of something deeply personal. You see, for years, my wife battled chronic pain and anxiety from her diagnosis, endless doctor's visits, treatments that didn't help. Watching her struggle daily, it broke my heart. The stress of situations like Americans trapped abroad would have sent her into panic attacks. Then Jonathan Otto introduced red light therapy, and everything changed. Her pain vanished, anxiety lifted, she became herself again, thank God. You see, red light therapy uses specific wavelengths to reduce inflammation, boost cellular healing, and calm your nervous system naturally. No pharmaceuticals, no side effects, just real healing. During uncertain times like these cartel conflicts, we need our bodies functioning optimally. Red light therapy gives you that edge: better sleep, reduced stress, faster recovery. And just like Trump is bringing real solutions to Mexico, red light therapy brings real healing to your body. Go to myredlight.com, and there's some links down below and a special promo code just for you to take advantage of deep discounts for Next News viewers. Now here's the bombshell that the establishment doesn't want you to know. The entire operation was coordinated with Trump's team. The press secretary confirming that the successful elimination of El Mencho would not have happened without President Trump's leadership. Trump made targeting cartels a day one priority, and he's delivering results that previous administrations could never achieve. An internet star trapped in Mexico was told to stop bringing negativity to social media as she detailed worsening conditions at her hotel amid the cartel violence. Really? You see how they're trying to censor the truth that's coming out? Here's some drone video you can see of the destruction. The car fires. This is from the Daily Mail. Sky Project's drones. Unbelievable video. This is what's happening there on the ground in Mexico as Americans are trapped. They can't get to the airports. They can't escape. Essentially being held hostage by the cartels. Now, this is the internet star, apparently, trapped in Mexico, told to stop complaining by followers. The influencer's story shows the human face of the crisis, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. Republican Senator Bernie Moreno publicly called on the Mexican government to request U.S. military assistance after the killing of the cartel leader.
Republican Senator Bernie Moreno urges Mexico to seek U.S. military backup. After El Mencho's death, cartels are a clear and present danger. Republican Senator Bernie Moreno publicly called on the Mexican government to request U.S. military assistance after the killing of cartel leader Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho. Moreno said, "The Mexican government has to make the right decision for its people and seek U.S. military backup to end the threat of narco-terrorists before it's too late." He added that the drug cartels are a clear and present danger to the U.S. and must be exterminated. His message followed video showing panic at Guadalajara's airport. Authorities reported burning vehicles, blocked highways, and fires set at...
And you saw some of the video from the drone. The call for military intervention shows how serious this has become. Nonprofit helps rescue Americans stranded in Mexico. Brian Stern, the founder of Gray Bull Rescues, helping rescue U.S. citizens who are stranded amid unrest following the killing of the cartel leader.
Bring in Brian Stern. He's the chairman and founder of Gray Bull Rescue. It's a nonprofit, veteran-led rescue operation, and he's helping rescue stranded Americans who are there in Mexico. Brian, thank you for joining me early this morning.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
So your organization is specially trained, for moments like this to enter high-risk, dangerous regions and help get Americans back home. Could you first off just, paint the picture of how tense things are on the ground?
Yeah, so Gray Bull Rescue is a veteran-led, donor-funded international rescue organization. We've conducted 801 missions in the last 4.5 years as a team. We've worked Ukraine, Afghanistan, Gaza, all the bad spots. Here in PV in Puerto Vallarta, the violence is very real. The cartels, it's interesting to understand that the cartels are extremely capable. They may not have a navy, but on the ground, they're very organized, very well resourced, very capable. They have excellent intelligence. They are not a bunch of guys with face tattoos and machine guns. Mm-hmm. These guys are armored personnel carriers, rocket propelled grenades, missiles. They're very capable. So the situation is tense because this is it's a very conventional kind of a war, even though it's against a criminal syndicate like the cartels.
And when you talk about how capable they are, so what do your tactics look like when you go in to rescue these Americans? How are you going in and how are you getting them out?
We like to use we have a ground piece, an air piece. We also have a maritime piece if we need it as a contingency, at least for this side of Mexico. We employ helicopters, we employ fixed wing aircraft, we employ up armored vehicles, we employ all kinds of other tactics designed to evade conflict. We're not here to fight and win any war. We're not, the fight between the cartels and the army is not our fight. Our job is to rescue Americans that are trapped and cut off where the air carriers have canceled flights, where the streets are dangerous. We'll fly helicopters in, pick people up, and bring them to where they need to be, either to get out by Comair to the airport, which is opening up, thankfully, or on charter air, which we coordinate and arrange.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talk to me about.
So you've got basically mercenaries having to go in to save people. While rescue teams mobilize, the State Department's being overwhelmed by desperate Americans calling for help. Jim Mattis posts, crisis hotline flooded. State Department receives hundreds of calls from Americans stranded in Mexico after cartel violence erupts following the killing. Hundreds of crisis calls forcing emergency rescue missions into cartel territory. Scope absolutely massive. Freedom's Phoenix rescue team heading to Mexico to free American tourists trapped amid cartel violence. Take a look at that from Freedom's Phoenix, our friends over there in Arizona. Private rescue teams are racing against time as the State Department scrambles to respond. The U.S. State Department has received hundreds of calls. This is from Idea TV following the death of El Mencho. Hundreds of calls. The advisory comes as violence reaches deadly new levels for Mexican security forces. The killing of Zhejiang leader El Mencho sparked violent retaliation in Mexico, causing 25 National Guard deaths. The United States may adopt aggressive strategies with Mexico to combat the drug trafficking amid the escalating cartel violence. 25 Mexican National Guardmen now dead. That's the brutality on the ground. Around 20% of the Mexican territory is under organized crime control. 120,000 disappeared, 20,000 murders every year, and billions of dollars of activity. Here's the breakdown of the cartel activity in 2024, all the different areas that each cartel controls. I mean, Mexico's basically a narco state to begin with, but the statistics set the stage for the White House strongest warning yet from the press secretary.
Secretary Rubio and the State Department are absolutely on it. We hear from Americans directly who are in Mexico because the State Department immediately set up 24/7 phone lines, and they're taking hundreds of calls a day, providing Americans on the ground with travel support and advice. The State Department also has issued new travel advisories, and they'll continue to update those as the situation progresses. So we encourage all Americans in Mexico to, of course, adhere to the guidance provided by the State Department. Right now, we are unaware of any reports of any Americans being hurt, kidnapped, or killed, and the Mexican drug cartels know not to lay a finger on a single American, or they will pay severe consequences under this president. And they already are. This operation, which was carried out successfully by the Mexican authorities, was, of course, supported by the United States, would not have happened without the leadership of President Trump. He has made it a day one priority to target and go after these vicious drug cartels that have shipped deadly poison to our country for far too long. He signed an executive order to rightfully designate them as foreign terrorist organizations. We've seen the president take unilateral lethal action against drug boats sailing through the Caribbean. And now, of course, we are coordinating and cooperating and pushing the Mexican government to do more to end the scourge of deadly drugs coming through our United States southern border, which, of course, is now secure thanks to President Trump as well.
And of course, the Mexican government, they're all in the take too. You see, here's the kicker. Trump's spokesperson, you just saw her there, delivering a chilling warning that should make every cartel leader very nervous. Mexican drug cartels know not to lay a finger on a single American, or they will pay severe consequences under President Trump. This is not Biden's weak diplomacy. This is strength through decisive action, and the cartels know that Trump means business. The mainstream media will try to spin this as chaos, but this is exactly what draining the swamp looks like on an international level. Trump promised to destroy the cartels, and Mencho's elimination proves he's keeping that promise. While Americans are safely evacuating thanks to State Department coordination, and of course the mercenaries on the ground, Mexico's criminal empire is crumbling under Trump's pressure. This is what happens when America has a president who actually fights for our citizens instead of appeasing our enemies. The cartels, they had free reign under previous administrations. But those days are over. So do you believe Trump's tough stance on cartels will finally secure our southern border? And don't forget to check out the Next News merch shop to show your support for real America First reporting.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
I want you to see this.
Truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.